And you and I want to switch gears now. We talked day one of the government shutdown, and you said, we're ready to negotiate right now, but House Republicans aren't even here. If you can believe it, we're now in day 35 of the shutdown. Once the clock strikes midnight, it's going to make history as the longest shutdown in American history. What's changed between now and day one?
Well, sadly, nothing with regard to the Republicans, the House Republicans being in town. I've gone back, pretty much every week since the beginning of the shutdown. And except for, Kevin Kiley, who's a member from here in California, and a couple others every week. I think I saw Mike Lawler there one week. The Republicans just haven't bothered to show up at all. And I don't know how we're supposed to negotiate when no one on the other side is there to negotiate with. I serve on the House Appropriations Committee. I think we've only passed 2 of the 12 appropriations bills through the House process. I think, and I know they're trying to, in the Senate, they're trying to come together with a deal. I welcome those discussions. We have Republican colleagues, Brittany, who want to work with us on extending the tax credits for the Affordable Care Act. Their constituents are getting letters just like mine that healthcare premiums are going to double and triple in 2026. Their constituents are dealing with issues around SNAP, just like mine, if they're not able to get the food that they need to be able to just have enough to eat. So those are not red state or blue state challenges, and it shouldn't be too much to ask for us to have a substantive discussion around healthcare specifically and spending more generally. But the speaker decided that in his, with all the power he has, he's just given it away. He has given it away to the administration and to a lesser extent to John Thune, now holding his members at home, I think, for 45 straight days. So I think when you and I spoke at the end of September, the House had not voted, I think, for about 10 days, and Johnson had kept his members home, and they've been home ever since. We're talking about 6 weeks, and Johnson had the audacity to say that it was some of the most meaningful work of his members' careers while they were sitting at home collecting a check, many of them collecting a check. I have been trying, Brittany, to get anybody in the media to go member by member and ask members of Congress if they actually took their paycheck last Friday while their staff got nothing. And so far I've been unsuccessful in that regard because I frankly don't think many of them did what I did and voluntarily say withhold the salary pending the shutdown. But we're basically nowhere in the House because Mike Johnson's decided that that's how it's best for him.
I actually just about an hour ago spoke with Congresswoman Lisa McClain. She's chair of the House Republican Conference, and she said, hey, healthcare is an issue, but Democrats here are holding the government hostage, using this as leverage here. We want to talk about this. There is no silver bullet fix, but we can talk about it after the government opens. I mean, what do you make of that argument?
Well, I'm sure Lisa's a very nice person. I don't know her well, but she's just completely wrong about this. We've had 6 weeks now where they have held their members back in their districts, specifically so they couldn't have those discussions. And, I think the best thing would have been for us to be in town, to be meeting. And I give credit to John Thune in giving the space to some of his Republican senators to have those meetings with Democratic senators who are willing and interested in having a conversation. That's the only reason anything is moving at all right now, Brittany, here in early November, is because the Senate is having a dialogue that the House, because of Mike Johnson, refuses to have, which is how are we going to actually have an up or down vote to extend ACA tax credits so that millions of Americans aren't priced out of health insurance? And how are we going to get back on track with an appropriations process that is woefully broken under Mike Johnson here in the House side, where we have very little bipartisanship left because of the signals that Johnson has sent, now literally holding his members home for weeks on end. So I don't think there's a single Republican there in town right now, maybe other than Johnson himself. I'd let you investigate. But I hope the next time you do talk to a Republican member, you ask them whether they took their pay this past Friday while their staff got nothing.